This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, another petroleum block offer propels those against oil exploration into action. A new community group raises money for a unique item that may help parents suffering loss. And local school children are learning the importance of one particular insect during Bee Awareness Month. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Local activists are preparing to protest the ongoing exploration of oil and gas off Otago's coast. The government has just launched its latest petroleum block offer, enabling companies to bid for exploration rights. And residents opposed to deep-sea drilling are calling on local leaders to take action.
The threat of deep-sea drilling is back as the government accepts submissions on exploration sites around the country. The largest block encompasses the Great South and Canterbury basins and has been expanded to include more than 200,000 square metres. And locals involved in the anti-oil movement say that's a backward step.
We see it as completely in the wrong direction. We need to be going quite swiftly towards a clean, low-carbon energy economy, and the government is once again selling off our oceans.
New Zealand Petroleum and Minerals is consulting with iwi as well as local authorities. And while activist groups aren't officially invited to submit, Penwarden says Oil Free Otago will ensure its voice is heard.
Oil Free Otago are here for the long term, and we are here to stop these oil companies drilling in our waters. We do not want this to begin, and we will be watching them every step of the way.
Oil Free Otago's previously protested the exploration efforts of Texan oil giant Anadarko. Penwarden says the government shouldn't encourage the use of fossil fuels, but rather support low-carbon alternatives. And she's calling on the Dunedin City Council to take a stand locally.
They've come a long way in a couple of years. I believe they are now, we had the divestment vote, and that put Dunedin on the world map. That was a great boost to our city. And the University Foundation Trust has followed suit, so the council showed the way there, and they can do it again.
Penwarden says if the council shifts its focus away from fossil fuels, there's potential for Dunedin to become a climate change leader. Local authorities have until the end of October to make a submission, with successful exploration applicants due to be announced in March. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Locals are being invited to submit their opinions on the transfer of polytechnic courses in the city. Otago Polytechnic has opened consultation on a plan to transfer its Dunedin programs to Otago Polytechnic. That's as the government considers a proposal for Otago to merge with CPIT in Christchurch. Residents can also submit feedback on the merger, for which consultation closes on Monday. Otago Polytechnic is open to running Otago's Dunedin courses if there is demand from students. It could happen as early as next semester, with initial feedback mostly positive. There is currently about 160 full-time equivalent Otago students in the city. Dunedin's newest Rotary group is making its mark on the community with a unique fundraiser. Members have collected thousands of garments and accessories to sell in a pop-up store on George Street, and the proceeds are set to help grieving parents.
Meet the city's latest Rotarians, members of NRG Dunedin, the new Rotary generation. They're staging a pop-up op shop in the CBD to raise money for a cuddle cot at Queen Mary Maternity.
It's so when a baby's born, stillborn, it gives the parents more time to spend because it's a specially designed heat pad with their child to say goodbye.
Walker organises pop-up shops in her professional capacity and was keen to use her knowledge and resources for a charitable cause. And she's overwhelmed by the community's response.
It was unbelievable. We put it on Facebook and overnight we had over 500 people say they were coming, which for an event on Facebook is quite big. And then just putting the cause out and asking for donations of clothes, people who I didn't even know were wanting to drop them off in local businesses.
One firm even donated 8 large bags of brand new menswear. With each item priced at $5, it's hoped this fundraiser will pay for one cuddle cot, worth $5,000. And NRG members are keen to increase their charitable efforts within the city.
Change Rotary's image a little bit from male, pale and stale to realise that young people can come and help their community, and that really is what we're doing. We're a random selection of youngish people who just want to help.
The group started in May and so far it has about a dozen members, all keen to welcome others. Henderson says it's all about boosting community goodwill, but members also get a lot out of their involvement.
You get to meet a whole new range of people, and so there's the social side of it, but also it's really great just being able to give back and help your community.
And based on this project's success, residents are set to see a lot more charitable initiatives from NRG Dunedin members. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
The tenants of a flood-damaged South Dunedin home are dealing with a double dose of misfortune. They've had thousands of dollars worth of jewellery, electronics and linen stolen from their house on Largo Avenue. The property is currently unoccupied while it's being repaired. Thieves forced open a ground floor window and ransacked the house sometime in the last fortnight. Police are concerned thieves will return to the area where there is still a number of properties unoccupied as a result of flood damage. St Leonards School pupils are buzzing after a visit from a local beekeeper. They're learning about the important insects for National Bee Aware Month, and the lesson is revealing the condition of local bees as disease and parasites plague the national population.
Suiting up, St Leonards School pupils learn about bees from local bug lover Murray Rickson. He's explaining life as a beekeeper, visiting the school to raise the profile of the flying insects. There is passion, and he hopes to inspire the next generation of beekeepers for Bee Aware Month.
It gives the public a chance to sort of consider what they can do for the population of bees in this country. We have a very good industry in New Zealand of beekeeping, and the public can help us a huge amount by registering beehives and looking after beehives.
These pupils have been learning all about bees in the lead up to this visit. Rickson's demonstrating with a full hive to give children a close look at the bugs. That's taught the adults a lot too.
About the number of types of bees in the hive, and also like how fast and how far they go, and also that they're colourblind. I never knew that bees were colourblind, so it was quite cool to learn that.
Large hives can include tens of thousands of bees. The vast majority are female, with just a handful of males. Rickson says local hives are thriving as bee populations around the country battle against disease.
We're quite lucky in the south. We have quite a nice climate. We don't have the humidity problems, and we have a good period of winter where the bees can shut down their breeding cycle and have a rest period, if you wish.
Rickson says the number of beehives nationwide will hit a new record of 600,000 in coming months, and St Leonards School will be responsible for one, as pupils gear up to control their own hive and fundraise with the honey. David DeLorean, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we take a look at the Job Ready program that's being trialled here, and locals learn the art of miniature landscaping.
Hello, I'm Dougal Stevenson. Welcome to Museum Diaries, where we showcase some of the rare and wonderful treasures of the Otago Museum, some of which we don't normally see. On the show, we find out about one of the heaviest known bony fish in the world, the sunfish. Jane Malthus is in to show us some intricate lace. Collections Officer Jamie Metzger discusses fanny bus garments, and Conservation Manager Nissa Mildwaters brings in a snake, a crab and a wrasse.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Quality Tailors, the alterations specialists, adjusting alterations made to measure. Quality Tailors, fitting Dunedin for over 15 years. Call 477 8028 162 Princess Street, one shop down from Darling Street.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
Big Orange, for all your movies, records, books and games. Pre-loved needs and vinyl records, 45s, DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook, opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
Welcome back. Average house prices continue to rise in the city, up 7% in August compared to the same month last year. The average local house price has also risen about $5,000 since July. It's now sitting at $300,000. The number of house sales is up 54% for the month of August, a significant jump from previous months. Overall, there were almost 200 homes sold in Dunedin last month. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day down 23 points. It's now at 5,648. The FTSE is down 73 points. To the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar closes the week up against the major currencies that we follow. A new employment support program has just been launched in Dunedin to help prepare international students for New Zealand's working environment. The Job Ready program is being piloted in the city with support from Education New Zealand and several local organisations. And coordinator Madison Stumbles joins us to explain what it's all about. Good evening.
Good evening.
What is the Job Ready program?
So physically it is a 6-week program designed to help international students studying at tertiary level in Dunedin gain the soft skills necessary for them to be successful in a New Zealand workplace.
How does it work?
So we have had one run through, and what it looks like is it is around 8 to 10 seminar based workshops for students, and where they focus on soft skills, the kind of complications and cultural differences they may encounter in a New Zealand workplace. And then after that there is a real push for that proactiveness in them going out and meeting with local organisations, whether it's for a coffee or joining a Dunedin Young Professional networking event.
And which local organisations are involved?
So base fundings come from Education New Zealand, and also supporting the program is the Otago Chamber of Commerce, the University of Otago, Otago Polytechnic and the DCC.
How many students do you hope to help in the trial phase?
So where seminars will be open to any international student at a tertiary level wanting to find out a little bit more about the Dunedin labour market but also the New Zealand workforce. So we hope to help anybody who is interested in staying beyond education.
What's the potential for the program's growth?
So I think the expectation from Education New Zealand is that eventually every major tertiary education institutions in New Zealand will adopt a job-ready style program. So, yeah, so that's the growth potential there.
Will local businesses benefit from this?
Yes, so there is a big expectation that local businesses will be encouraged to interact and participate in this program. Basically, the university and the Otago Polytechnic are two highly regarded learning institutions that we have right here in Otago, and what we plan to do is open those doors for them to benefit from the globalised skills that international students studying at Dunedin can offer.
How valuable is international education in this city?
So, in a broader picture, to New Zealand, international education is the 5th largest export industry that we have, so right behind forestry. And to Dunedin alone, each year international education injects $165 million into our city through direct spend, so it's quite a major industry here.
What challenges are foreign students facing?
So I think in a small town, what I've encountered with my interaction with the student is there are two major implications that they face. The first one being around visas, and not so much the visas themselves, but a lack of understanding by both businesses and students about what different student visas entail. And the other one would be they often lack the professional networks in small towns and the know-how to build their own professional networks. So that's what we hope to expand on and instill in them.
Is this sort of help available for New Zealand students?
So there are different types of programs available to both domestic and international students. For example, the DCC runs Sexy Summer Jobs, which is an internship type program. Also through the University of Otago, I'm aware they run an employability program, but the Job Ready program at this stage is specifically for international students in Dunedin.
What do you hope to see come from this initiative?
I think, again in a broader picture, we'd like to see student numbers in Dunedin rise, and we'd also like to see students staying beyond graduation rising as well.
Job Ready program coordinator Madison Stumbles, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, the art of landscaping on a small scale is shared with interested residents, and we'll find out whether or not you're keen to see the country fly a new flag.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
128 tracks, dynamic automation, dual faders and totally digital. This is state-of-the-art music production. The SSL digital console. You'll find one in the BBC studios in London, another at CBS studios in New York, and now one at the University of Otago. It's a good reason why our sound now sounds even better. My name is Maddie Parkins Craig, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Big Orange, for all your movies, records, books and games. Pre-loved needs and vinyl records, 45s, DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook, opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Quality Tailors, the alterations specialists, adjusting alterations made to measure. Quality Tailors, fitting Dunedin for over 15 years. Call 477 8028 162 Princess Street, one shop down from Dowling Street.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Locals are learning an ancient Chinese art form in a bid to increase cultural engagement in the city. A miniature landscape workshop has been held at the Dunedin Chinese Garden, and it's all part of a national week of activities.
Getting their hands dirty in the name of tradition. Residents partake in a joint project between the Chinese Garden and local bonsai society to promote the Asian culture by creating miniature gardens called penjing.
Penjing is the Chinese form of what people more commonly would know as bonsai, which is an art form of creating in miniature a landscape or a tree that you would see in nature.
Chinese bonsai practitioners use rocks, soil, trees, clay and moss to create small landscapes. It's a skill that Alice says can take a lifetime to master, but can also be picked up in a matter of hours.
To be an expert will take many years and lots of practice and guidance from one of the world-renowned masters. But for the average person, you can make a reasonable job with a few hours instruction.
This workshop's been held for Chinese Language Week. It's proved to be a successful evening for the group, and members hope to hold more workshops in the future.
This was a trial which we ran for the staff of the Chinese Garden. We have a public workshop next week.
Their success all depends on public demand and resources. And Chinese Garden staff hope the penjing movement catches on in Dunedin as more locals become involved. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Residents have varying opinions over the final 4 flag designs subject to public vote in an upcoming national referendum. The government is spending almost $30 million to determine whether the country's flag should be changed. This week's 39 Dunedin News poll asked you if you think we need a new flag. 19% of you are in favour, but a resounding 81% are not. Mayor Dave Cull is asking the government to consider establishing a refugee resettlement centre in the city. The suggestion comes as locals lend their support to nationwide calls for the country's refugee quota to be doubled. Next week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asks if you believe a refugee resettlement centre should be established here. You can vote at our website dunedintv.co.nz. And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Local environmentalists are preparing to protest the government's latest block offer for deep-sea oil and gas exploration. The new Rotary Generation Group is selling second-hand clothing to raise money for a cuddle cot at Queen Mary Maternity. And St Leonards School pupils are learning all about bees, getting a close look at the insects before setting up their own hive. Quite the hive of activity at that school. Time now to have a wee look in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. Barry Stewart's here. Good evening.
Hello, Rebecca. Cuts may follow a widespread review of staff at the University of Otago. Have a look at that story tomorrow. We also continue our series on the waterfront. Is this the next big thing? Well, we talked to Chris Morris has talked to Deputy Mayor of Wellington, who says Dunedin is ripe for development in that area.
It does need a windbreak though, doesn't it?
Forget all that. Forget all that. What is glass for? That's what they tell us.
Okay.
We can do it. If we want to do it, we can do it. If you want to pay for it. Otago players named in the Black Caps to tour Australia for the cricket, and that'll feature, of course, the first day-night cricket test, so that's pretty exciting. In the mix, a great name in Dunedin retailing, Arthur Barnett's, about to ride off into the sunset. Kim Dungy looks at the colourful history of Arthur Barnett's in the mix.
Well, it's all in tomorrow's paper, plus a whole lot more. Hope your cold gets better soon.
Thanks
Thank you, Barry.
much.
Time now for local weather.
Weather Update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is tonight's City View. It's taken of some random guy thumbing a ride. We heard he was heading to Samoa. Good luck with that. Around the city at 3 o'clock, 8 degrees recorded everywhere. Well, to the situation, and a cold front is due to move past the South Island from the Southern Ocean this weekend. A milder west to northwest flow will develop next week. Around to some of the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow. Westerlies with showers later in the day for Invercargill. The same story there for Gore and Tianau, but a fine day awaits Alexandra with 13 degrees. Cloud increasing in Queenstown with westerly winds there, but fine weather for Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs of around 12 or 13 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, showers clearing with a low of 3. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow, although a period of showers is expected late at night, going for a high of 14. And on Sunday, becoming fine during the day with cold sou'westers dying out and a high of 12. And finally to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. And low tide tomorrow morning is at 9:30. High tide on Sunday afternoon occurs shortly before 4. And fishing conditions look good this weekend, especially around 12:30 on Sunday afternoon. Barry, have you got a pick for washing day this weekend?
Well, thanks for asking. I think Sunday, but wouldn't it be great to see the sun? I'm over it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey?
I've just been come back from Europe where they had a lot of sun.
Oh, you've been in Europe?
Perhaps
Oh,
a wee bit
nice.
too much.
Travelling the world.
But it
yeah.
would be nice to see some sun here, that's for
Yes.
sure. Thank you, Barry.
Thank
Sunday
you.
it is. My money's on Saturday. Well, that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News this week. We're ending things a wee bit differently tonight, as this is reporter David DeLorean's last day. He's put together a montage of his favourite stories set to music by Oamaru musician Steve Tuffrey. And we'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.